Turning Point USA is one of the right-wing organizations funded by right-wing billionaires and millionaires that is behind the violence that you've been seeing at these school board meetings. And now, thanks to some reporting by the Center of Media and Democracy, we know exactly how much money they're asking for from their wealthy donors to continue with the manufactured culture wars. Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA is looking to raise another $43 million to wage a culture war in campuses and public schools across the United States. The $43 million ask is close to $20 million more than the group disclosed in revenue in its 2018 IRS filing, and $3 million more than its latest 2019 tax filing. So the organization who did this reporting actually got its hands on the 2021 investor prospectus that's circulated in August and obtained by, again, the Center for Media and Democracy. It details a seven-pronged approach by the MAGA youth group to win the American culture war and to inspire our kids to love America again. Now, what does this mean? Well, they focus on their main purpose, their whole objective. To combat this perceived menace, Turning Point USA's investor prospectus details core programs that Kirk is seeking funding for. Its national field program, events, media productions, special projects, Turning Point Academy, and Turning Point Faith. So look, when you see the right wing carry out these very clearly orchestrated efforts, it's not like they're doing it through grassroots. They're doing it by getting funding from incredibly wealthy donors. They have a lot of money behind it. So here's a few examples of how much their programs are slated to cost. The largest events budget is just over $10 million. The document claims that Turning Point has trained nearly 21,000 activists at its national events and conferences in 8 years. The next largest budget line is for Turning Point's boots on the ground effort at $7.9 million. The prospectus claims that the national field program has 1,363 chapters in high schools and colleges in all 50 states, with a goal of having 1,000 new high school chapters by the end of 2021. And remember, what is the main thing that wealthy donors want accomplished through this effort? It's not even about like, oh, winning the culture war. No, it's about doing away with public education, right? And the best way to do that is to scare school board members and intimidate them so they don't end up serving on the school board later. Filling the school boards with right-wingers who will do the bidding of these billionaire and millionaire donors who want to dismantle public education. That's what this is really about. Further dismantling a public education system that's already been assaulted by right-wing donors for decades.
Yeah, so first of all, I love the thing about, this is gonna help teach kids to love America. That's the point of the $43 million per year. Do you really think that wealthy businessmen are giving $43 million so kids can love America? No, they're gonna be taught to love their tax cuts, not the ones that the kids are getting, the ones that the guys giving the $43 million are giving. So they're gonna do a couple of things here. And look, this was outlined back in 1971. Lewis Powell wrote a memo. In one part of it, he said we should capture the Supreme Court. He wrote it for the Chamber of Commerce. It was specifically for big business on how to capture the American government. And so he said we should take over the Supreme Court. Richard Nixon put him on the Supreme Court a couple of months later after the memo. The other part he said is we have got to capture education in America. Why? Because you want to indoctrinate the kids. And it's so funny, they say, the government, no. But remember Obama was in charge, so he's trying to indoctrinate the kids. No, they're spending $43 million a year to indoctrinate the kids that they should never rebel against big business. They should do as they're told, they should be compliant. But the one thing they should do if they're really angry is fight one another. It's a critical race theory, it's trans people in the bathrooms, etc. So everybody beneath them, get them to fight one another so they don't look at the real problem, which is looking up, right? And so understand the $43 million is not an investment, it's not a business. Charlie Kirk once famously yelled at me, I live like a capitalist every day, Cenk, okay? But actually he doesn't. He lives like a socialist, but socialist for the rich. He's going to rich people and he's saying, please give me $43 million for free.
Yeah, it's not an investment. It's just money. Here is money. Do what you will with it.
So we have to make every dollar to stay in business, okay? So by the way, now YouTube has super thanks. If you like a video, hit the super thanks underneath. That's how we make money so we can stay sustainable and stay in business. Charlie doesn't have to do any of that. He just goes to a couple of rich people and says, hey, I'm gonna brainwash kids into thinking you're the good guys and that you should never be regulated. You should get all the tax cuts in the world. And I'm gonna get them to fight one another so they're distracted and never bother you. Why do you think they give $43 million? That's why they give it.
Yeah, Home Depot co-founder Bernie Marcus, whose family foundation gave $2.1 million between 2015 and 2019. The Marcus Foundation's 2020 IRS filing is not publicly available. I mean, we're talking about right-wingers. Again, these are incredibly wealthy people, so much so that they can literally donate millions of dollars to Turning Point USA to engage in this culture war and the dismantling of public education. That's all it is.
Yeah, and then they'll turn around if a progressive ever makes money as running an actual business. They'll be like, oh, can't believe he bought a house in West LA. Oh my God, he should just give away all of his money, ha ha ha. No, Charlie, what did you ever do? You beg rich people for a living. You go, oh please, I'll lie on your behalf. I'll do propaganda on your behalf. Just give me money and I'll do or say anything you want. I'll get a couple other schmucks that will pretend left-wingers to come join me, all for money, 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 money. Okay, that's who Charlie Kirk is, and that's who the right wing is. Thanks for watching the Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.